What's up, YouTube? Zachary Michaels here. I'm an actor, and this is An Actor Reacts. Today we'll be talking about Chadwick Boseman. Let's discuss. Okay, Chadwick Boseman. If you somehow haven't heard yet, Chadwick Boseman passed away this past Friday, August 28th, after a 4-year battle with colon cancer. Um, and ever since I found out, it's been really like heavy on me, like real heavy on my spirit, I guess. And I just felt really compelled to make a video on it. I think I just kind of needed to talk it out and put that out into the world. And it was such a shock to me, like kind of similarly to how Kobe's death was such a shock, because you just don't associate these certain people with death because they're such lights. They bring such joy to people, and you just kind of think they're going to be around forever. um and speaking of Kobe, that's actually kind of how I found out about Chadwick's death. um I hadn't been online very much on Friday because I was working on stuff for the channel. And then, like, late Friday night, I went on Instagram, and the picture at the top was a picture of Kobe and Chadwick. And initially, I was just confused why somebody was posting a picture of them, and it wasn't from Chadwick's account. And then I was like, oh, okay, maybe Chadwick is gonna play Kobe in a film or something, because again, death was just so far off from an option. And then I started looking at the caption and the comments, and I'm like, two legends gone. What are you talking about? So then I'm like Googling, texting my friends, and I found out that, he was secretly battling colon cancer for 4 years. Like, that's just so crazy to me. It's like such terrible things happen to good people, and it's just hard to like make sense of and compute. I have really loved seeing like the outpouring of love for Chadwick online. Like, it just shows how much he impacted people, and I really didn't even realize how much he personally impacted me until he was like gone, I guess. He just seemed like such a kind soul in every interview that I saw from him, and he loved life and loved people and loved bringing happiness. And like, I never heard a bad thing about Chadwick Boseman, like, literally. And he's been a big star for many years now, and I never heard one negative thing. And I just really commend him for like still working for 4 years while battling cancer and getting surgeries. It just like, that's such a level of passion for acting and the art of it. That's such a passion for storytelling, and again, just like bringing joy to people. And there's like two things in this whole situation that kind of bring me comfort. One, it's that he died on his own terms, and obviously not the cancer. I'm pretty sure he would have rather not died from cancer. But like, as far as publicly, like what the public knew, like, I, props to Chadwick, his entire team, his family, like really every single person who knew and kept it under wraps, because there was like no even peep of this, that he was battling cancer for 4 years. So I love that he was able to go out on his own terms, as far as like publicly. Like, we literally did not find out about him even having cancer until after his death. So he got to keep that to himself. He got to, you know, go out with his surrounded by his family and loved ones. And that gives me some comfort, because it's like, it happened the way he wanted it to happen. Like, he had lemons, but he made lemonade out of it. And again, I really commend all the people around him who knew and didn't say a thing, because that's like kind of unheard of, especially in Hollywood. Um, and then the other thing that gives me comfort in the situation, and now all this maybe doesn't matter in like the grand scheme of things, it gives me a lot of comfort how much success he was able to have in his career before his death. Um, like I know as an actor, like for me, something that plagues me is like worrying about levels of success in my career and will I be able to attain certain things. And it gives me comfort, like from an actor level, actor to actor, that he was able to have such success and make it, and like had a really full career. And that's not even just like from the acting standpoint, but like the impact standpoint, like all that he was able to do and the way he was able to impact people. Like Chadwick not only had a successful acting career, but he really, each role that he did was so important, you know? Black Panther, on the surface, you're like, oh, it's a superhero. But that was such an iconic moment. Like, he got to play a character that so many, specifically black young boys and girls, are going to be looking up to for forever. Like, off of Black Panther alone, Chadwick's legacy is going to live on. Like, he will be remembered and always looked at as like this symbol of greatness and what, you know, representation of what black people can be and do, you know? And then I said like off of Black Panther alone, but then we get into all his other roles. Like we get into Jackie Robinson, iconic. We get into Thurgood Marshall, iconic. Like we get into James Brown. Like he played so many iconic characters, and now he himself and his legacy are iconic and again will be remembered forever. And from an acting standpoint, Chadwick fully gave himself to every single role. Like he was Thurgood Marshall, he was James Brown, like he was James Brown, he was Thurgood Marshall, he was uh Black Panther, like just a really great actor too at the end of the day. Like there's just so many things that I could say about Chadwick, and they really wouldn't even do him justice, from the acting to just the kind spirit and all the all the uplifting and inspiring that he did, both in his acting and in his real life. Like such a commendable man. Like I hope to be half the man that Chadwick was. I hope to be half the actor that Chadwick was. And I want to say thank you to Chadwick for inspiring and opening up so many doors for myself and a bunch of other young black actors. And again, being that superhero for so many, not just young black boys and girls, but for just black people in general. And, you know, kids throughout the world. Like, just thank you, Chadwick. You will be remembered. Your legacy will live on. You made your mark for sure. Chadwick Boseman will not be forgotten. And then lastly, I just want to send my love and condolences to Chadwick's friends and especially his family. Like, I know what I'm feeling from this whole situation, so I can't even begin to fathom what they must be going through. I just hope that in those last moments that they got to say everything that they wanted to him, and that he got to say that everything that he wanted to say to them. Wow, I'm actually getting a little emotional. Just rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Thank you. You will live on. That's all I got.